What's up?
Conor, what's the last movie you saw in a movie theater?
Us.
And Chemda, your thoughts on that?
Oh, I don't like scary movies, but people seem to like this one.
Oh, you stuck to your guns? That is good stuff.
I almost lost it in that last second. I was like, where's Conor?
All right, we're going to play a little ditty, and then we will begin. Phones off and sounds off, if you know what I mean. And 2, 3, 4. Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Chemda.
We asked you, hey, do us a favor and subscribe to Keith and the Girl so you know when shows come out. You have them immediately, and you've been doing it.
Yeah.
And you've been doing it. And it makes me so happy. This is what I'm like when I'm happy.
You're so expressive.
I'm so happy. So if you haven't done it, please take the time. It's fun. It's exciting.
Hit the 5 stars.
Hit the 5 stars.
I don't know why you would want to hit lower than 5 stars. Then you're like touching lower than 5 stars. And then that's like contagious.
Keep the momentum going. We appreciate it very much. Also, big news. You know the Laughable app.
Yeah.
You can subscribe, of course, to podcasts, but you can also subscribe to the artist.
To the human beings.
If you subscribe to me, it's a free app. Then when I'm on anybody's podcast, it pops up automatically on your phone. It is now available for Android as well.
A lot of people have been waiting for this. And it's like, okay, so we have a podcast. It's not only for podcasters. Our guest today does not have a podcast, but you can follow him on every podcast he guests on. So if he doesn't fuck up, you'll go subscribe to him.
This is next level. Ladies and gentlemen, he performed stand-up all over New York, festivals all over America. Conor Delehanty.
Hey, follow me on Laughable.
Yeah.
I won't fuck it up.
I love the app. I'm excited. How are you, by the way?
I'm doing pretty good.
All right. I got some news. Yeah, I'm putting on like this fake exaggeration. My mom passed away last night, April Fools. Boom! Gotchas! Boom! Best day ever.
I fucking hate you. Like, I'm genuinely not going to be friends with you for a week.
April Fools.
I mean, I didn't even care when I thought it was real for a second.
I was like, finally,
It's like,
but
if he's revealing it to me, it's clearly not that big of a deal.
what an asshole you are.
It's
like,
a great day.
Not like, oh, haha. No, you're a fucking asshole.
Thank you.
Because that is how you would give us the news. So, asshole number one,
Right.
move.
Mhm.
Number two, move was doing it.
No, actually, I've talked about her Alzheimer's, and it seems to be reversing. April Fools! That's impossible. That can't happen.
You know what I think? I think 14 years in podcasting is plenty for me.
I mean, I was just more interested in that because I like science. I don't even care about your mom remembering your birthday or whatever. Like, oh my gosh, breakthroughs? Okay.
You really see the light.
It's Liar's Day, and make sure you get somebody that you love today.
But here's the thing. Every year you talk about how everyone's a dick for doing that. You just did it as a joke, like, haha, that's not satire.
I can't beat him, so I join him.
He saw the light.
Yeah.
You did.
It was the long play. He made you think for years that he wasn't into it.
What? Yeah. What
Wow.
do you gotta
I actually like that now.
It was in the works for 45 years.
Oh, you didn't tell me you were like a true asshole. I'm way in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Your brother does it a lot.
My brother does it in life, but you know what it is? Like, he talks so much that now I know his cadence so well that when he just starts his sentence, I go, oh, yeah? And he's like, how do you know I'm going to fight? I'm like, your voice is so distinct to me.
Right.
Like, I know. And then now his wife, of course, knows also. So us three are hanging out. He starts his sentence. We just look at each other and roll eyes. And he's like, and I'm like, keep it to yourself. You're a dad now. He's almost 2. He's going to be able to hear your jokes and he's going to laugh. That's what it's good for.
Yeah, I'll say it to Kyle, like, oh, Kyle, did you notice that? Go ahead. I can hear it. Did I notice what?
You ever noticed that?
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Before the show started, Chemda said,
Oh, no.
I killed it at Al-Anon. So Al-Anon there's AA, of course, Alcoholics Anonymous. Then there's Al-Anon if you're the person dealing with the alcoholic. And usually it's the person that tries too much to make sure everything's okay. Am I saying that right?
That's a good paraphrasing from an alcoholic,
Right.
from an untreated alcoholic.
To the detriment of themselves.
So at the meeting, is it you and other people in your situation, or you and the person who's affecting you?
You and other people in my situation. So anyone who's been affected by alcohol in any way. Like, you can have a boss that you know is just that kind of, he has that kind of behavior whether he drinks or not. And so it's your response to it that puts you in that room. So it doesn't matter if there's an alcoholic in your life, if he's drinking or not.
Okay.
You respond this way to people. You try to fix them, you try to make it better. You kind of lie to yourself to make sure that it fits the picture that you're looking for, that you saw the spark in that person. You're very into like terrible people and that's it, and you just keep repeating that.
So any kind of relationship is accepted.
Any relationship, yeah.
This kind of sounds like a
Like-
AA pyramid scheme,
It never ends.
where it's like you bring in 5 people you affected, and then you bring in 5 people that you affected. But no, this is how you get better emotionally, is from the people you bring in who are affected.
For me, it just sounds like you've been hanging out with too many comedians. You're affected. Get in a room and talk.
How do you kill
I'm a
it?
sober guy. I can make that joke. I can make fun of AA.
That's true. Yeah.
How do you kill it?
Well, first of all, it's always weird to kill in that room because when you try to be funny, they're like, because they're like, because you know how I try to manipulate that situation. They're like, yeah, we know, bitch. We've been coming every week. You've been talking. And so, but when you're like, oh, just a big piece of shit for doing that, they're like, you totally are. And I'm like, fuck, that's very true. So I'm talking about like being celibate and what happened with me and my husband. This is all in 3 minutes. In 3 minutes, I summed up the tumor, the divorce, the cheating, the celibacy, that I'm horny, and that my knee is busted.
Wow.
And it was
You should
hilarious.
you should teach a master class on keeping it tight.
People are verbose.
And not for nothing, I have comics in my room, so.
Okay. So we did like all your comments were hitting, all your Jokes were landing.
Yeah, but the thing is I honestly didn't intend to be funny.
Right.
Like, I really, like,
They were like, I like the new stuff.
I was tearing up a little. Like, I got all kinds of emotions in the middle. I got, like, I was sincere. I got angry. I teared up. And then I laughed a little. Now that I think about it, I went through it all. 3 minutes, you guys.
I don't know if I do that in a year. All those different emotions. Right. Holy shit.
And then she just left the room. She knows she did so good. Take care, and kept walking.
But you know, I was I always want to say hosting, but you don't say hosting in this room. I was chairing, and so it just means you read the script and you run the show.
Right.
And I happen to be the last speaker, so I'm like, blah, 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 and I'm horny, da, da, da. Anyway, that's all the time we have, and I pick up the book and I start reading.
What's the book? You guys have a book too?
Oh, it's a script so that anybody could lead it. It's just like, here's what you're about to see. Here's kind of like the rules of the space. You know, our rules happen to be don't interrupt people to tell them to speak louder. The acoustics are going to be shitty. You know, if someone's talking about their dead mom or even like the cup of coffee they had this morning, if you can't hear, that's your problem. Come earlier. Now, we don't phrase it that way.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, just that's a particular rule. Everything else, you'll hear the same script in every meeting, AA, Al-Anon, all the same scripts. But then you get to pick, like, our group has 3 minutes, you get a 1 minute warning, that kind of thing.
Do you guys have sayings at the end, like work it, you're worth it, keep coming back?
Yeah.
What do you say?
Well, ours says the, I forget what it's called, the relinquishing, what is that? Serenity prayer, which is my favorite, actually.
You have like a bowl? Like one of those bowls you hit, and then you ding it?
Like in yoga class?
Yeah.
I should suggest that at our next business meeting, which is the
bowl.
first Saturday of every month.
Yeah. What's that? Is that the
business meeting?
No, the the serenity prayer. Grant me the things.
Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Okay, so everybody uses that. That's a good one.
It is a good one. And honestly, like when I get scared to like go somewhere or to do something or to start something new, anytime I'm scared, I'm just like, well, let me say this, because you really do kind of become in that moment. Like, I just need to decipher that this is cool, and it is cool. So let's go.
Right. Chemda brought this up, that the Jussie Smollett case might be poorly timed April Fool's jokes.
I said that?
Yeah.
God, I'm funny. Is that via text? I should text you more.
I mean, if true, what's the range we're talking about? How like anything after January 1st can be categorized as just a bad April Fool's?
I don't know. Like Keith Malley, he did it, the last 15 years have been the biggest April Fool's, setup. We just got the punchline. Conor, you were here for that. Thank you for being here.
But I mean, the delivery was still timely, but it's like... Whoa, you think there's going to be like a big reveal in the
Who knows?
Smollett thing?
It's the only thing that would make sense. All the charges dropped, but you forfeit your $10,000 bail, and you had to do community service, but you weren't guilty. The whole thing's weird. Maybe it's a joke. Who knows? He's a little trickster, by the way. In 2007, he was pulled over for a DUI, and he gave a false name.
Ooh, he's like, we all look alike, right?
Right. On January 20th.
Wait, did he think he was going to get away with that? Did he get away with that?
Well,
it seems like he did.
He pleaded no contest to driving with a blood alcohol level over the legal limit and driving without a valid driver's license. He was sentenced to a fine and 2 years probation.
Wow. Nice.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Whew. On January
How good looking is this guy?
He's good looking.
Yeah? Because, good smile gets you far.
Right. On January 22nd, of course, he received a threatening letter, he told the cops, depicted a stick figure hanging from a tree with a gun pointed towards it. It read, Smollett, Jesse, you will die, and MAGA, Make America Great Again, and contain a white powder determined to be Tylenol. So now, of course, we know that he gave this note to himself, and he even added anthrax. Right? That's what he...
I don't know. I was like, is that cocaine? What is that supposed to mean?
Like, if you just wanted to send like a fake white powder to scare someone, why go through the trouble of crushing up a pill? Just send like flour.
Right.
like, it just seems like like if it's bullshit powder anyway.
Has he never watched any crime anything?
Now that letter, was he sure that it wasn't just a really strange game of hangman?
Right.
Like, were there lines under the letters?
On January 29th, he
it was
said
just a weird coincidence.
He said he was attacked in the early morning of the day in the 300 block of East Lower North Water Street in Chicago. It was initially investigated as a hate crime, as you know. The police determined Smollett orchestrated the attack himself. He told police that he was attacked outside his apartment building by two men in ski masks who called him racial and homophobic slurs and said, "This is MAGA country." So he's saying they put on masks and had the MAGA hat.
Well, did they have the MAGA hat? Or did they just say it's MAGA country?
Right. Let's see. Right, I just see the ski masks, and he said one of the guys said, "This is MAGA country." They used their hands, feet, and teeth as weapons in the assault. Then Smollett, if you remember, said he fought them off. He added that. He's like, "I want you to know I fought them off."
Well, sometimes
it's never enough.
Sometimes good looks somehow give you athletic ability.
That smile really knocked me out.
Yeah.
He said they poured an unknown liquid on him and put a noose around his neck. He fought them off.
Was he shaking as he said this? Because that's so much to go through.
Yeah. The police were called at 2:30 a.m. They arrived at 2:40 a.m. He had the white rope around his neck.
What? He just left it
He
on?
left it there for the cops.
What?
He's like, "I just wanted you to see. We're not supposed to touch evidence, right? See, it's on my neck."
No.
There's so many. Because wasn't the story that he was going to get Subway or like eat?
I think he's getting some kind of sandwich. Yeah, 2:30.
Was he trying to get an endorsement?
But I mean, if you have that much money, you're getting that shit delivered at 3 a.m. Like,
this is Conor's dream. Now we know where he's going.
But I mean, like,
don't you get that delivery? You're a star.
I know people who are broke as shit who won't leave the house.
You know, depressed people.
Yeah. He's probably depressed too. The way
it's true.
So it doesn't sound like this is the end. The city is giving Jussie 1 week to cough up more than $130,000 to defray the cost of the police probe.
I read that headline and A, felt smarter. Mm-hmm. B, I get it, right? It's like, haha, just kidding. I don't know. Maybe people should pay for their April Fool's Day. Maybe I should kill your mother.
The city of Chicago, oh my goodness. The city of Chicago and the Chicago Police Department take seriously those who make false statements to the police, thereby diverting resources from other investigations. Over 24 detectives and police officers participated in this investigation, so they want $130,106.15.
I love when they get
15?
So specific. But that means that they have the receipts.
Right.
But how do you contest that? Like, you're not getting jail time. Right. Everyone kind of forgives you and just sees it as like this weird thing that happened in history already. You know, you almost got these two guys in trouble. I know they're responsible for their own decisions, but you know, what is happening? So I get it, but they're giving him a week, which is funny.
I'm gonna pay it, but it's stupid.
But but here's the thing: the town or the city is giving him a week, and then what? And then he does go to jail?
He's got to contact his lawyer and be like, is this a trick? Do I pay it?
Yeah.
Do they have Venmo?
Oh, I passed by when I got out of the train station, I don't know if you saw it, there was a sign for a yard sale that said Venmo and cash. I almost stopped by just because they're so smart.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's great.
One time I got a jacket from this street sale. It was $5, but they didn't even know what Venmo was. A person passing by heard the conversation, was like, "You can Venmo me. I have $5." I was like, "Thanks." That's how good the jacket looked.
The Department of Law may prosecute him for making false statements to the city. So it's not done. The end. It's nowhere near done.
It sounds like he pissed people off a little more than.
It is the mayor. You can hear the cops in the background. It's the mayor and the police chief who owe Jussie, says his lawyer, owe him an apology for dragging an innocent man's character through the mud. So
double down.
These lawyers are pushing it. It's not over yet.
He wants an apology. Grow up.
Yeah.
The apology will make it all better. He had a noose around his neck. I don't know if you guys know.
The mayor, the cops, everybody's mad, and then the lawyers push it. Stop poking.
I mean, if he gets, like, let's say he pays that fine and then, like, that's the end of it.
Right.
I feel like he still wins because this is more than anybody ever would have talked about. And it seems like it was kind of a push for just some sort of relevancy because I'm sure, you know, he's a successful actor, but not like an A-lister or anything. But
we're guessing that he did this to say to the show, look, I need to be paid more because all this
probably
attention is coming to me.
I wonder if he got what he wanted. Like, I don't follow that show. Is he on the next season?
I mean, look how big that headline is. I'm sure that's what he wanted.
They use giant font. They want you to see this.
A lawyer for Jussie Smollett claimed that
why are we calling him Smollett and we used to call him Smollett? Is it a new week? Is it April Fool's? What's going on? I really want to know. Did you?
I just call him the black guy from Empire.
Oh, sure.
That fits, right?
A lawyer for Jussie said that the two African-American brothers who allegedly attacked him may have been wearing whiteface. Yeah. And that's why Jussie says they were white people.
I would like to see photos of that.
So the two guys...
I would like to show him photos of that.
Admitted that he was paid. They were paid to do this. They showed where they bought the rope. They're on camera where they bought the rope.
Literally found the receipts.
Right. So now Jussie is like, well, I said it's white people. Okay, they were wearing whiteface. And the lawyer is saying, we looked at the two guys' past on Facebook, and one of them actually was in whiteface one time in their life. So it's very possible.
White face or clown face? Mime face?
Well, actually, they were being the Joker from Batman.
So they were being the Joker, not whiteface.
Right.
Okay. All right.
So they have it in them, is what the lawyer said.
Oh, this is the best lawyer. I would love to argue about like personal shit with this guy.
Just going through old Facebook pictures.
One of the first videos that showed up actually was one of the brothers in whiteface doing a Joker monologue. So it's not implausible.
Yeah, that's a great sentence. You put that together. Oh my God, your summaries of shit must be great.
When the lawyer's looking through Facebook and finds it. Yes! Perfect! Yes!
Just look for anything white on their face.
Right.
Mayonnaise, anything.
Lawyers fucking love Halloween. I guess what shows they're capable of. Look, he had a knife. Was it plastic? Clearly, but we don't know.
You got to be in hiding, right? Like you don't go to the clubs. You don't go to church, right?
I don't know. I think like the lawyers are doubling down. You double down. I go to every church. Go to every club. 2 bottles, one in each hand.
Yesterday, my mom said at the end of
your mom's alive?
She's good.
Oh, my God. Okay. That's great. How's she doing?
She's fine, thank you.
It wasn't goodbye is what she said?
No. That was April Fool's.
Oh, are you afraid that maybe that's the last time you ever get to talk to her because she might die?
Whoa.
And that could be this week, and then you have to feel like an extra asshole.
Yeah, you willed it into the universe.
It
How
could
would you feel
happen.
about that?
Yeah, it could happen today. Wouldn't that be hilarious? It would be foolish of you to think that can't happen.
I don't think Keith thinks it's hilarious.
Oh, that's funny because he gets to decide where that joke ends because it's still April Fool's Day.
This is the worst day.
That's right. That's right.
She said, son, I wish when I do die, we can be together in heaven if you go to church. And
She really said that, right?
Yeah. And I said, every week. And she goes, you go? I go, I said every week. And she said, yeah, you just said it. I'm like, yeah, I just said it.
Oh, right. Now she can remember.
Right. All right. Goodbye. Easter's coming up. Do you go to church on Easter?
No, I haven't gone for a long while.
So those people, they just go Easter, Christmas to be seen.
Yeah, Christmas and Easter Jews.
No, I was all or nothing. So like when I was younger, we did everything. But then once I was out, I was out.
Okay.
Are you an atheist or do you feel weird saying that?
Yeah, I'm an atheist, but also I don't give a shit where I don't want to like lecture anybody on like the probability of the existence of God. Like it matters to me so little what you believe in. Like if it makes you happy, that's great. Whatever helps you sleep.
This just in, Conor's okay with things that make you happy.
But I mean, so many.
You're a good white guy.
But one of the good ones. But so many atheists are just like they're just as bad as like radical.
No, you're right. Because I used to fight with people because of all the injustice that has happened in the name of God. Mm-hmm. It weighs on me. So it hurt me to hear people say God in such a fluffy way while they're holding someone underwater. You know what I mean? But that's everybody, right? Everyone's still eating Chick-fil-A. We're good. So now, I don't know. I understand, like,
sandwich.
God is different to everybody else. I get how it's love. I get how it's hate. So I don't know. Live your life, smoke some weed, be a better person.
There's a new My Name is Keith episode, and we've been going over some stand-up albums. We went over the other day, God Made Me, Volume 2.
So funny. I almost had a heart attack, not April Fool's Day.
Thank you.
Yes. So funny.
We'll put a track up at the end of this show from that, the Easter play and the Passion of the Priests.
You know what's good about not having good memory? Half of those tracks, I'm like, did I ever hear you say this? This is so good.
it was very fun.
It was.
We going through the album, hearing Chemda be shocked by something.
I'm like, I hear Xerxes laugh. I hear Andrea laugh.
Of course, April 15th, we'll be doing another stand-up show. I recognize I just said we.
Yeah, he always says we. He's the only one. And this year, Andrea's hosting it. I usually host. So it's really, we are producing it. You are getting up there.
I'm excited.
Wow, they're really boxing you out. Are there a lot of stairs up to the stage or something?
It's Keith and the girl. It really could be anyone.
Hi, Keith and Chemda, says Cameron. I've been listening since 2005, and I've recently gotten Keith and the Girl VIP.
Love you. Love you. Mean it.
The first episode of My Name is Keith that I listened to was called The Studio. That was about my divorce. That's when I broke the news. And enjoyed every one after that. When you mentioned last week that you were listening to back episodes, I thought, I can do that. I started from the beginning.
No, don't do that.
And I'm now listening to the McNally episode.
Oh, boy. Look, everyone in the room that was around, like Andrea put her head down. I freaked out.
I don't give a shit at all. What does it mean?
It's me and the guests. We get drunk and do a little interview. And sometimes it gets heated. Well, I'm listening to the McNally episode, and it is blowing my mind right now. I remember listening to Keith and the Girl during that time and not really understanding what a nut job he is. But after listening to this, I don't understand how Keith and Kyle didn't kill him. Not sure why this kick sparked an email to you, but thought you should know that I love the show and want more. My name is Keith. Thanks for everything you do. And that's sweet.
He was, and I never used this word, hella drunk. Andrea's writing in, I played Hannah, the Big James one, and that's where we got, oh, you fucking kidding me?
Right.
That's where we got that one. She said, we were screaming. That's laughing in millennial.
I like it. I like it. Have you heard the one, Andrea, that you were on with Danny?
Her most embarrassing thing ever. It's like the only she has talked about. She has literal cum on her face in some pictures that are out there, and she's just not fine with this. Wait, yes, Andrea.
But I remember it was raining outside, and sometime during the show, one of them walked out. One of them went out to get the person. I think Andrea left, and then Danny.
Regular rom-com.
Andrea, what do you do?
I can't hear myself. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry. It's just, I don't know. There's a lot of embarrassing shit about me out there on the internet, but like this particular, I was just so fucking 22 sounding. You know what I mean? You'd be like, are you a comedian? I'd be like, fucking yes. Yes. I'm a comedian. I was like, okay. Oh my God. And you'd be like, do you think you'll ever find love? I'm like, I don't know. It's just like really hard for me to relate to people. I'm like, oh God. I thought I was so deep. You could tell I thought I was so deep. And, you know.
Yeah, that's regular shit. I wouldn't have wanted anyone to record me at 22.
Oh, God. And you get to hear your voice get sloppier as you go. And my voice sounds much younger, too. It's like, yes, I'm a comedian. I start, like, I think I cried. I walked out because Danny was bullying me because he was like, oh, I love you, and you talk about how you like other guys. And I was like, fuck you, I can do what I want. I'm a comedian. This is so
cute, though. I don't know. I'm so sorry.
Wait, so this is on VIP?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm reading it right now. Episode 9, Danny and / versus Andrea.
Oh, God.
Wait, who's Danny?
Danny Hatch used to work with us. Has the Hatch met his match in every sense of the word? Keith is the therapist that talks back, and Elvis Rico calls in for the first ever live My Name is Keith episode.
Oh, wow.
To help straighten Danny out. Andrea Allan joins the fray, and that's when Danny and Andrea's love-hate exploration begins.
Yeah, we really explored things.
Andrea, did you like the fray?
Yeah, I had a great time. I really enjoyed the fray.
How does Keith top last show's vomiting? With the first My Name is Keith walkout.
Yeah. I walked out into the rain. I was like, fuck you. I'm 22 and I'm a comedian. And we walked back in. Danny posted that he was going to kill himself online.
Oh, no.
His dad found it and like messaged him during the show. And he was like, I don't know what I said. And you were like, fuck you. You know what you said. I'm like, you're such an attention whore. Unlike me, who's a comedian, I'm 22. Oh, God.
Damn, that's great.
like truly one of the most embarrassing things out there. I'm so glad it's behind a paywall. It's fucking nuts. Nuts. You asked me my best joke, and I used to tell this joke about throwing up on dudes' dicks.
Oh, I do like that one.
I mean, it's a fun premise. But you were like, what's your best joke? I was like, oh, here it goes. Okay, so I get fucking wasted, right? And then this guy comes over, and then I fucking throw up on his dick, but he doesn't know. So what I do is I use the vomit as lube. I'm like spreading it around. He's fucking drunk. I'm like, this is your best joke. You're a fucking comedian. It's your best joke.
I always enjoyed that one. There hasn't been one time where I heard you say it where I was like, I wish you would stop.
It's a great premise, but it's like a 45-minute story about throwing up on dicks, and you're like, okay. I'm like, I'm the best fucking comedian you've ever met.
You gotta learn from him to keep it tight.
Yeah, I know. I was real loose.
Go to the meeting with her and take some notes.
Yeah.
How did Danny get you back in? Do you remember? He went out to get you. Is that right?
Yeah, he went up to get me. I think he was just like, I'm fucking sorry. And I'm like, oh, fuck you. I'm fucking sorry. Him and I used to just get up to such stupid bullshit.
I'm telling you, when they give Emmys for podcasts, I don't want to brag, but
it's going to be a retroactive.
I listened to the Bajames one with Hannah, and I was like, this is either like a hate crime somehow or like a piece of high art. Like, I don't know. I'm like, I think it's really wrong that I love this so much.
Are those mutually exclusive?
I don't know. I
Can it
feel
be
very
both?
confused about it. You were doing an impression of a Chinese person, and I was like, I feel like I should turn this off.
I'm in.
Yeah. Are the Chinese not a horny people? I'm like, whoa.
I mean,
This
they have
doesn't
to be.
age
There's
well.
a lot of them.
Andrea like memorizes weird lines. I do this too at movies.
Yeah.
I can watch a movie one time and something hits me, and the next time I hear that movie, I will say the line with the character.
Yeah.
So Andrea remembers weird things. And so every once in a while, we'll be in the studio and she'll be like, back to you, Joanne. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
She's like,
It was
that
one of
goes
those.
with the rant that Keith said one time.
He threw up on air, too. I didn't know that. You kept the mics on like a fucking psycho.
well, that was live. I didn't have a choice.
I
He's
know.
a pro.
He's a pro. He goes like, you go like, oh, so when you found out your wife was pregnant, like, what did you do? And he's like, are you fucking kidding me? And you're like, no,
James, yeah.
seriously, what did you do? And he was like, I prayed to God. Ah! His weird scream.
That's how he phrased.
Yeah. And he throws up. I don't know. It was a different time.
I masturbate, and then right when I'm about to fucking come, I put it inside her.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, a really special
Yeah.
relationship.
She lets me fucking do that. By the way, happy birthday, but James. It was his birthday yesterday.
Does he know that like people are celebrating him around the world? Has he heard this?
I don't know if he heard it or not. I remember my friend Adam heard it and thought it was rude at first that I put it up.
It is rude. I'm so glad. It's a horrible you're a bad friend and like a really bad person, but I'm glad that you exist so that I can see and hear this.
If you're wondering what kind of name is but James, his name is James, but whenever he's Craig's friend, and he put his name in my phone and he wrote but James, like he wrote drunk.
Yeah.
And so for the longest time, I'm like, I can't tell if that's his name or not. So I just stick with it.
Does he know that like thousands and thousands of strangers know him as Bajames, and their only point of reference for him is like,
Are you fucking kidding me?
that's who you are to so many people that you don't know. And
I
that's
saw him recently and he's sober. His whole face is different.
oh my God.
It's like his face used to be swallowed up by his face, and now it like was let out. And I was like, wait. And I would like said hi to him and then whatever. And then I see him in the kitchen. He's like, hi. I'm like, oh, well, are you fucking kidding me? You're a bit James.
Fucking kidding me?
Say it, do it, do it. Like, no, I'm sober now. Do it.
Are you fucking kidding me though?
Okay, I'll put some marshmallows in my mouth and say, fucking kidding me?
My fucking ex went out and took my kid. And I don't know where the fuck she is. I'm like, are you looking for the kid? You fucking kidding me?
You're also
By the way, this is my life. And then I speak about you guys to Al-Anon.
oh God, yeah. No, you're right. We're sick fucks. The thing is, like, you're so sociopathic during this interview. You remain calm. You're obviously drunk. Like, I've seen you drunk enough that you can't really super tell that you're drunk. You're always like pretty together, but you're just like, he'd be like, I don't fucking know, man. And you're like, don't you say that. I told you we were doing this interview. You consented to this. Don't you make me look like a fucking asshole. This is, oh my God, this is so wrong. It's so
I like that interview style. Get in there.
My ex is going to be mad when I come home drunk tonight. I'm getting information out of you.
Yeah, I bought this fucking booze. How dare you? Did he show up drunk?
Yeah. He happened to be drinking at home.
Oh,
and
God.
then he was
happened.
drinking.
What a coincidence.
Yeah, then he was drinking on the way. And then, of course, then probably was trying to prove a point about how much he can drink.
Yeah.
And then it was just, I'm like, no, we have to still do this. Oh, fuck it. I'll take it.
I just want you to know that everything that Keith does is in response to me, and that's why it gets this way. Like, I remember I was having a silent party with weed, so he wanted to have a screaming Coke party.
Wait, a silent party?
See?
Yeah. You want to be invited?
I mean, that'd be great. I don't say shit. That's me at a regular party.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever talked to you in a serious way.
I'm a very speak when spoken to kind of guy.
You get a phone call. I can't talk right now. I'm partying. I'm going to get in trouble at this party. Does a cough count?
Wait, were you like exchanging notes or like?
No. Ahead of time, I told everybody no talking. Then there's a sign everywhere, like when you come in, we're passing the joint to the left as usual. Puff, puff, pass. 2 puffs and pass. And the bathroom's over there. It had a bathroom sign on it, but most people have been there before.
They figured it out.
Yeah, and there's fruit and water, and just do whatever you want.
I'm just finding a way to smoke weed. She loves it.
I love it. What do you think?
Not for me, but
You want to scream and do coke?
I mean, no, I just.
Well, these are your options.
Those are the only two.
Yes.
Are you fucking me?
No, if I did coke, I would probably talk at the rate a normal person does. It might actually be good for me.
I was thinking when I listened to the me and Danny episode,
Right.
It was so embarrassing. It took me years to listen to it because afterwards I was like, that was a mistake. That was a big mistake. But I was thinking about me and Danny's best drunk moments together because we had a little period of time where we would get hammered together and we ran a show together. And he was so drunk that I had to take him back to my apartment. And then, but I was also so drunk. So it was like the blind leading the blind. He threw up all over my floor, my bathroom floor.
Nah, the bathroom floor is better than the other floor.
Sure, totally. He threw up on the bathroom floor, but I'm drunk and I'm trying to Swiffer the throw up. And I'm just moving it around.
Ew.
And then I throw up on top of the throw up. It's just me be like, oh my God, Swiffer. He's like laying on the floor. Or maybe he got in the bath. Oh, that's why he was so mad, because he got in the bath and like I got in the bath with him.
And then threw up?
And then probably we all threw up all over each other. And
We can still fucking kiss.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
If we both got bad breath, who cares?
When you fucking Swiffer my throw up and then throw up all the fucking throw up, it was like, we're together now.
Why does it fucking smell like pine in here?
I just love that you tried to Swiffer throw up while you're drunk about to throw up.
Yeah, it was a beautiful image. Yeah.
I'm looking at the forums from this episode.
Oh, God.
I guess Danny was debating, does he listen back to it or not? And Brian Alt says, Danny, no fucking way you should listen to this show. It will tear you to pieces if you do. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, he was such a little bitch. He was such a bitch. Whatever.
Brian,
so was I. I'm 22.
Brian Ward, halfway mark, an hour 20 in, and hot damn, this is gold. Andrea's a champ for being such a supportive friend to Danny, answering his calls all the time and trying to keep him busy. There's still another hour and 20 left, so I hope Danny actually opens up a bit. Andrea divulged more in 5 minutes than Danny did.
Oh, I really divulged. I'm a fucking comedian. I'm going to be famous. So, fuck you. I threw up on dicks. Fuck you. Next question.
Liz Squiz, this has made my morning. I cannot stop laughing at the mental image I have of, let's see. Oh, okay, blah, blah, blah. So people dug it.
Yeah, it was very diggable.
Gross.
It was disgusting.
Just come back with the fucking show.
Oh, my God. I might relapse just for that.
No. Yeah. Then I gotta go to a meeting with.
Yeah, Chemda.
I gotta go try and follow her,
Yeah.
killing at this meeting.
And then Andrea got on bike alone. I just do it. My name is Keith, drunk alone in the studio. Hey, what's going on? I'm gonna interview me, and I'm also gonna be interviewed. How you doing?
Guess
I'm
what?
fucking good.
Guess what? Well, now my name is Keith.
Lil Puss says, interesting episode. I don't think Danny should listen to it because he will hate it. Lots of fuck yous going back and forth in that show.
Yeah, he was so mean to me.
A lot of people trying to help out Danny.
Yeah.
No one's trying to like trick him into it. Like, no, you'd love listening to this. Here's a pick-me-up. Go to minute 58.
Mm-hmm.
89 Vision says, I'm about half an hour in, and it's already worth the price of admission for the month. Blitzscout Keith, you were an awesome referee in this episode. Lots of good advice all around. So
Okay, all right.
Oh, yeah, I bet you gave great
all
advice.
right, Okay.
I'm helping out the kids.
No,
Oh,
Did
yeah.
Did you do Control
sure.
F on great advice, Keith? Just try. I'm going to find the one person.
You're mentoring these young people.
Yeah, he's 40 talking to 22-year-olds.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
I mean,
Great
you should
advice.
know better.
Yeah, you know what his advice is? Shut the fuck up when you're drunk.
Were you two like blackout drunk, or how much did you remember?
He had to have been blackout drunk because I believe he threw up. I don't know.
Well, he was debating to hear it, so he must have been, right?
Sure, yeah. I remember the beginning of it. I remember there being a fight centered around his romantic interest in me and me leaving, and that's kind of about it. It was like an in and out blackout, but that was pretty much me all the time.
So were you dating or no?
No, we were never dating. We hooked up a few times.
Some smooching, okay.
Yeah, we threw up in each other's mouths and Swiffered and whatever. And you know, to be fair, like we had talked about it in our friendship later on, and I was like, hey, listen, I'm sorry if I knew that he liked me and I was enjoying the attention as like a fucking young comedian. But also he kind of was like feeling entitled to, I guess, like when I expressed that nothing was going to happen, he would still get mad when I would talk about other guys, and I was like, well, you can't do that. Like,
Don't we fucking talk about other guys in front of me?
They're assholes, okay? And I would treat you so good, you fucking bitch, okay?
Oh, I've heard that verbatim.
Stupid fucking bitch. I would treat you like an angel, and you fuck these assholes.
You know what's the worst part of that is when they tell you that they would treat you so good, you fucking bitch. It's like, now we're talking. What else are you going to call me today?
Oh, now you're... now I'm here.
Nobody's gonna fucking love you like I love you.
Yeah, stop giving me rides and stuff. Call me a bitch.
Yeah. I threw a pizza at him on the subway once for fun. I slapped him across the face. It was a stupid relationship, but it was fun more, you know, in the beginning parts, and we definitely like came to some resolution at certain points about it, but you know.
The one that got away.
No.
No, he's actually here. Come on in, Dan.
Andrea, thank you very much. But it's all there. Every drunk show we've ever done is in your VIP package.
All the comics are so happy.
Yeah.
Conor, you're sober, right?
Yes.
So yeah, you could sit there going, wow, what a great concept, because you can't be on it and fuck up.
I want to do it with heroin.
With heroin?
Yeah, get the guest on heroin.
Good idea.
Keith and I did it with weed.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I can't drink.
Even if I was still boozing, I probably wouldn't have been very fun. I would have just talked for 30 minutes about how, like, college athletes should get paid. Like, that's the stupid shit I go on tirades about, or I used to.
Did you do any dumb shit when you were drinking? I mean, you must have. You stopped.
I would steal a lot. That was my big thing.
What kind of stuff?
Stuff that I wanted to steal things that people probably wouldn't notice until, like, a few days later.
Oh, that's
so,
fun.
like a lot of house parties in college, like I would steal food, which is pretty like known by but I stole someone's toaster. I would steal like clocks from walls. One time, the best thing I ever did was I was at this. I went home during college, so it was back in Indianapolis, and I went out with all like my high school friends. One of my friends wanted to go to this like new club, and I'm not a club person, so I was just mad that I was there, and so I wound up stealing a velvet rope. Like, they had this VIP section that nobody wanted to go into, so it's just this empty VIP section. So throughout the night, I would just unhook one of the ends in the velvet rope and just watch someone have to go like 10 minutes later, go put it back up and just watch them get frustrated. But then I got to a point where I got both of them down, and then it was just on the ground for like 5 minutes. Then I was like, I'm just going to steal it. So I stole it, and I stuffed it in my jacket. And the whole night, like for an hour, everybody's just walking around with flashlights looking for it. And so I just wait until last call and then just walk out with everybody else. And then I pull it out, and my friends are like, what the fuck are you doing?
all this stuff is in your house. Yeah, I stole
great.
a street sign once, and then it's in my house, and I'm like, well, now what?
Yeah, I stole a cone, like a road cone.
Yeah.
I thought it was so funny.
much of that. I stole in college, my roommates and I.
By the way, I wasn't drunk.
Right.
And I was on my way to a clown job, but whatever.
It was like a Tuesday night, and a couple of my roommates went out, and we just got like obliterated. And it was like November, and they had just put up all the Christmas decorations around campus. So I put my roommate on my shoulders, and then he was just taking wreaths down from light posts. And then
My fucking taxes pay for it.
yeah, a block away from, so like we got all these
Wait, how
wreaths.
tall are you?
I'm like 6'3",
Okay.
and he was also like 6 feet, but like real skinny, so I could put him on my shoulders. And so like we're getting up pretty high, grabbing all these wreaths and stuff. And then my roommate just kicks this big wooden like parking sign, and it like falls over. And so we panicked, and my idea was like, oh, I'll just take it with us, and then they won't find out. So then we just leave it in our living room. So we just have like an 8-foot pole and all these Christmas wreaths. And then our 2 roommates who didn't go out with us last night just woke up in the morning. They're like, what the fuck did you guys do?
Let's think we start a fucking wreath business.
Yeah, well, we're going to fucking sell them.
How long did it stay in the living room?
We moved it to the basement like the next day. But then when we moved out, we just left it there.
Walgreens will begin selling CBD products in nearly 1,500 stores.
This I'm seeing so much of, like the local store here. They're, old school Greek, and they have a sign at front like, be happy, get some CBD from in here. I'm like, all right, it's spreading. Because that's like my parents offering that.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like every Greek dad and mom around here. Actually, when I walk around here, I'm like, is that my dad? Is he in New York? Oh.
Right.
So it's just like, okay, maybe this is the gateway to weed, because it's like, oh, well, I tried CBD and that's okay.
Yeah. You excited?
I'm excited over all the legalization and availability and just destigmatization. Like I'm happy that people are finding out what weed actually is. Like on Instagram today, I saw a video of a child. When I say he's like, I don't know, maybe 2 or something, and he's having seizures where he just can't. He really can't. His father takes out, it must have been like RSO oil, some kind of, and he squeezes it into his mouth, and then he's got to rub it in his gum so he can get in there faster. And you watch the kid calm down, and it's like, okay, what are we fighting about?
God, I was so wishing you said, like, this 2-year-old just takes a rip off this bong. It's just like as tall as him, and he's just...
Let's go find all fucking Blue's Clues.
From now on, I'm going to tell it like that. Thank you.
I've never been like
At my Al-Anon meeting, for sure.
yeah, you can use that. I've never been a pot guy, but the fact that it's still like technically illegal, it's just so silly.
It's weird. And I get how much I talk about it, and it's like, oh, you're just a pothead, whatever. But part of why I talk about it a lot is because you should know that you like a pothead. Like, you should know that this pothead has been running this business. This pothead has come to your town and did a live show. Like, I do the things, and you've liked me this whole time. I'm just smoking weed now.
When it comes out, what celebrities have been smoking weed? That'll be fun, right?
What celebrities are not? What person do you know that has not smoked weed, other than people, I don't want to say with sticks up their ass, but like, because I had one until I was, in my 30s. But who do you know that hasn't smoked weed?
Nobody.
And who do you know that hasn't drank? Like, whether it's a drink or gotten drunk or whatever. This is ridiculous.
Right.
And drinking actually kills people. Like, the actual product kills people. The result of the product kills people. What are we doing?
What are we doing?
Hey, I don't know.
All right.
I don't do anything.
Yeah, nobody in this room drinks. What do you guys want?
By the way, you're going to be part of our festivities, silent trailers.
Yeah, you guys are fucking going down.
And, of course, we'll describe a movie trailer on silent. She knows nothing about movies or actors. That's what makes it fun. And then we say what the title will be. It's Christian Finnegan and myself against everybody.
And this is the first live show. So I paired up Keith with Christian Finnegan, Conor, just so you know. You know how good Keith is at this game.
Yeah, he's bad. Yeah.
Christian is even better.
Christian's great. Yeah.
Sorry, Keith.
It's true.
We've watched him get it in 2 seconds. And that's going to be you and JP as a team against them.
If we lose, we challenge you to 2-on-2.
Oh, that's
Basketball.
Yeah.
With Christian Finnegan?
Is he any good? I don't know, Christian.
Yeah, they're both very big basketball players.
It's going to be so much fun. So there's April 13th, our launch party. April 14th is You Can't Say That and Silent Trailers. And then the following day, April 15th, is my stand-up. And I get to go at the computer. It's going well.
Are you done?
I'll be done I'll be done in 2 days.
Every time I see him, I'm like, are you done? I'm ready to read it. He's like, I'll be done by Saturday. That's in 2 days, Keith. I'll be done by Tuesday. That's in 2 days, Keith. So, April 13th, he'll be like, I'm done.
Right.
Where are you doing the stand-up show?
At Gutter in Brooklyn.
Oh, yeah, it's such a great venue. It's so weird.
Right? It is weird.
Well, like the first time someone was like, because I'd bowled there a couple times when I first moved here, and they were like, oh, yeah, there's a show there. And I was like, on the lanes?
It's in a bowling alley. It's really
a great
weird.
venue.
You hear pins going down between my jokes.
Which, like, I have done shows in bowling alleys, so it's like...
Yeah, but like in the alley. Yeah, this is a separate thing.
It's crazy.
Keith and the Girl is looking for interns. If you're interested, drop us a line, info@keithandthegirl.com. Be part of the magic. And that's that, all right? Conor, if people want to find you online, what's the best way to play it?
Conor Delehanty on everything. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Gmail. Send me an email. I don't give a shit.
Take a look. Go to his apartment. Find out his dates. If you have a chance to see Conor live, you do it. True or false?
True.
And you do have a chance. KeithandTheGirl.com/tickets. You can get the super pass to all of the events at a discounted price. Early bird tickets are running out. Actually, early bird for the super pass is done, but you can get the late bird. You late bird.
All right.
Yeah, be a bird.
All right. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks.